Hold on, we need some smoothie first. We have to finish breakfast. But, hi, hello, and welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, I'm Courtney, and I am a part-time artist with a full-time job, and here on my channel, I share with you all of my books, strings, and things. So if you've been here before, then you might remember a couple of weeks ago, I did my Q1 wrap-up at the end of March, and talked about what I was going to be starting. I put it out on the internet, so now I have to do it. And that is The Artist's Way. So this has been on my to-do list since the beginning of the year. We started today. You should have already seen that I did the morning pages this morning. So step one and two are out of the way. But let's back up and talk about what The Artist's Way is, why I'm doing it. If you've never heard of it before, then watch a different video. The Artist's Way, if you don't know what it is according to the book, it is a spiritual path to higher creativity. Everyone I've talked to that's done it and everyone I've watched on YouTube and TikTok all swear by it, say that it's super amazing and it helps them with their creativity and their process. And the introduction to the book makes a lot of bold claims. The introduction talks a lot about why you might be doing this process, and it's not just for artists in the sense of painters, sculptors, whatever type of art fits your world. It's supposed to work for everyone. So theoretically, I will say that this is a little self-helpy, and that's not typically something that I like, but I'm going to be open to it. We're trying to embrace the process and not be so negative and critical. A couple things in the introduction that I did really like was the author talks about how we have this inner narrative that's typically learned, especially at least in my experience, that you are going to be broke if you're an artist, you are too egotistical if you're trying to do art, you're not being responsible if you're trying to do art, all these negative things about either being an artist, trying to be an artist, or calling yourself an artist. You feel like an imposter. And that's definitely something that I have in my head all the time. So I'm hoping that the book helps with that. It claims that it will. We'll see. And then it also, hold on, I have to flip to the tabs. I have at least been underlining and tabbing things so that I could remember them. So this is the other part. So I'm going to read you the quote that I really liked from the introduction. It says, "I didn't have to be in the mood. I didn't have to take my emotional temperature to see if inspiration was pending. I simply wrote." So the author is a writer and works in film and TV. But that's a really huge thing for me is I have not been creating very much at all, YouTube or knitting or quilting or painting or drawing, because I've just not been in the mood. I haven't felt like it. There's nothing there. I don't feel like I have any creative spark or anything. And a lot of that has to do with, if you've been here for a while, then you know that my dad passed away at the end of last year, and that was really difficult. So we've been going through some things. We've been dealing with depression, and to be perfectly clear, I don't think this book is going to solve depression. I don't remotely think that that is going to happen. I have a therapist and I have meds for that. But I do like that it talks about that you don't have to be in the mood, that the creativity just kind of flows. I would love it. That's a bold claim. I would absolutely love it if it actually delivers on that. We'll see. But the first step that you do in the process is to either write out the contract or print out a copy of the contract and sign it. So the contract talks about committing yourself to this 12 weeks. And I hope I can hold myself to that. I don't know that I've ever done anything other than school and getting degrees. I don't know if I've ever done a voluntary 12-week program and finished it. If you have done The Artist's Way before, if you have any tips for sticking with it, please let me know in the comments. So signing the contract is the first thing you have to do. Morning pages is the other thing. And I did really like that the contract talks about also taking care of yourself and self-care with everything that's happened in the past 3 or 4 months. Depression has been a struggle. And so it talks about exercising and eating well and stuff. So I'm hoping that I can get those things back on track too. But then she also said getting adequate sleep. I'm good luck. Good luck, lady. So week before, 2 weeks ago, we adopted a new kitten. He turns a year this month, and then we have our other cat who is 2. So they have like nonstop energy. Like last night, I think they woke us up like 6 times. So yeah, sleep is not a thing that we have a lot of. It's a struggle right now. And then I also like have a long history of insomnia, like years, decades really, of dealing with insomnia. But I'm trying to find ways to combat those issues and take better care of myself. So I actually started kind of this weekend after watching a couple of people's like week 1 videos. I want to read that week's chapter kind of the night before you start. So on Saturday I read the introduction, and then Sunday I read chapter 1, and today is Monday. So I'm going to try to like plan things out ahead of time because there are several tasks that you have to do each week, and I need to have the dedicated time. And like for one of them, I need to identify what I'm going to do ahead of time so that like it actually happens. That's gonna be big. The morning pages I think are more doable. I don't want to do them. I hate journaling. I strongly dislike it. And she addresses that in the book as well and says that sometimes the people who hate it the most really get the most out of it. So I'm like, all right, lady, we're gonna try. And I will say this morning, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And I'm also telling myself, like, journaling and I just don't get along. I'm like, I'm not 15. I don't need to do a Dear Diary. Like, I don't understand the point. So, but this, just as a brain dump to, like, get all of that stuff out of your head, as someone that has ADHD, that kind of makes sense. Like, getting things down on paper often really helps me to, like, process and move past. So I'm hoping the morning pages kind of, like, work in that way where I just get all of the, like, random stuff out of my brain. We'll see. Then the other things that the book has you do is you have your artist's date. That needs to be 2 hours once a week. That's going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to like commit that time and like actually take time out for myself. So I'm going to try to plan that ahead of time and have a destination or an activity or something already planned so I know what I'm doing, and that way I can't let myself out of it. We'll see how that goes. Y'all, if you have any ideas, by the way, for artist dates to go on, let me know. I don't really want to do too many of them in the house because I work from home already. I need to leave the house. But any ideas, definitely let me know in the comments. Would love any suggestions. And then each week you have some tasks that it gives you, and it says that you should do the ones that you're the most resistant to, but it also says like you're not expected to do, like, I think this week there's 10. You're not expected to do all 10, just pick a couple, whatever is reasonable. So at least that's a little bit more manageable. But reading through the tasks for this week, I'm already kind of like, I don't want to do a couple of these. So that's where we're at. We have started The Artist's Way. We started the morning pages, and I'm going to try to pick out what I'm going to do for my artist date and figure that out for the week. But so far so good. I will definitely keep you posted and let you know how the morning pages go tomorrow and which one of the activities I decide to do. So we're going to do the things to take better care of ourselves so that we can complete all 12 weeks. That's what we're telling ourselves. But I will catch up with you probably tomorrow after we do morning pages.
Several days later.
Hi. Hello. It's Thursday morning, and we are making our avocado toast for breakfast while I update you, because I haven't updated you the rest of the week. I did Monday, and then I just wandered off. But the good news is, hold on, we have to get cheese. The good news is, I did do my morning pages every day. I just finished them before I started making the avocado toast. And so those at least I've been doing. I've also been doing my workouts every day. So we've got some progress there. They've not been awesome. Some of them have been very half-assed, but that's because, what is that piece of hair doing? That's because that's all we have the energy for. Because as you saw, future me is going to put a clip in that way, in the past, before this clip, of the cats overnight. Yes, I do have a nanny cam on my cats because I want to make sure that, like, no one's being overly aggressive and, like, one cat isn't starting all the fights and, like, picking on the other one. And it seems to be mutually instigated. And then, of course, they decided they don't like Big Brother surveilling them. But that's not a thing that they get to say on. I don't know if you can hear. Oh, Anna's calling me. We'll call her back in 2 seconds. Sorry, Ann. I don't know if you can hear, but the snowplow keeps going by. But we have not been sleeping because of cats. So yeah, we've been doing really well with the morning pages and working out, not so much with sleeping. And then I have to figure out what to do for my artist date because it is currently snowing a lot. And I was gonna go to the greenhouse, but it's like 45 minutes north and I don't wanna drive in the snow. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I'm thinking I might just do a Domestika course. I have a subscription to that. So maybe I'll just like tomorrow sit down and do a course and like maybe do a tutorial. I could go to the bookstores, but I'm really trying not to go out to any stores, restaurants, grocery stores, anything after tomorrow, because for those of you that have been here for a while, you know that I live in Vermont. And the timeline is off for you, but as I'm filming this, the upcoming Monday is the eclipse. And everyone apparently on the eastern seaboard is coming to Vermont to watch the eclipse. That's fun. So like our state is 600,000 people and like 200,000 more people are gonna come into the state. So that's exciting. No, it's not. Like traffic's gonna be so bad. Like we don't have interstates in most of the state. Like there is not an interstate. There is one on the eastern part of the state, but I'm on the western part. And there's an interstate from Burlington to Canada, and that's it. Like everything else is like 2-lane roads. So like you're stuck behind somebody, you can't pass them for quite some time. Like we are not prepared for that many people. So I'm not trying to go outside. Like I would go for a walk, but I'm not trying to drive anywhere for like Friday till Tuesday. So we have to find an artist date we can do at home. I think that's going to be a Domestika course probably tomorrow because I have a lot I need to get done today because I have not done a lot the rest of the week. It's been a struggle, but I need to go call Ann back. We're going to go do that and then I'll update you a little bit later today. Okay, bye. All right, do I live in these headphones now? Yes. Are you up kind of awkwardly high? Also, yes. But point being, it is Thursday afternoon now. At any rate, I did a little 20-30 minute walk in the snow that you saw. I was gonna try to make that into my artist date, but I just did not have enough time. I had to get back for meetings for work, and now it's like super windy snowing, but the snow is no longer sticking to the pavement, so I'm optimistic that like tomorrow I can go to a coffee shop for an artist's date or something. I don't know. I'm just really not like feeling the artist's date. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what we're doing there with that. So I'm gonna have to figure that out tomorrow. But for now, I need to go entertain the cats and then figure out what on earth we're doing for dinner. So when I figure out the artist's date, I'll let you know. That's probably the next thing we're gonna do in this video because like it's Thursday afternoon. That needs to be done tomorrow or the next day. The snowplow is coming by, so I'll see you in a little bit. It's Saturday, and what a week it's been. Woo! All right, week 1 of The Artist's Way was off to a rocky start. Was. At this point, where you're seeing it, it's a was, but right now for me it is. So yesterday, Friday, I did not film a single thing. We had a little bit of a crisis. Sometime around like midnight, Thursday night into Friday, Sai started to get super sick. He was not okay, so I emotionally was not okay. No one slept. When the vet opened at 8 a.m., I called them like first thing. I was like, okay, this is what's going on. I have these things ready to go. Do you want me to bring them in? Because we're headed into the weekend, and I know like if it gets worse, I can't do anything over the weekend for him. So luckily they had space to squeeze us in and get him seen. If you have a cat, you know that sometimes cats just get like mystery things and you may never know what it is, but we ruled out any of the like really concerning scary things that may need like surgery. So yesterday, Friday, was that was a stressful day. That was rough. I was at the vet for hours and then picking up medications, but yeah, yesterday not a lot happened other than taking care of my baby. So I did, however, get 1 page of morning pages done. I did it in the afternoon because expectations need to be realistic for this. Just being able to say I did morning pages every day is good enough, especially for this week. So I'm happy with it. Then, as you just saw this morning, I got up, made coffee, and did my morning pages. And then I also flipped through the assignments for this week, and I actually realized I've already done 2 of them. So, well, no, I've done 1, we're gonna do the other. We're doing good on that, so I can check off the assignment for this week. One of them was to like just go for a walk. So my 20-minute snowy walk is what we're gonna count for that assignment. Then for the artist date, that's the part that I'm struggling with, y'all. I didn't think that was gonna be the struggle. I thought that the morning pages were gonna be the struggle. The artist date, turns out that's the struggle. So like finding the time, giving myself the time, prioritizing me. Nope, not so great at that. That's, I've had all week. It's now Saturday and I've still not done it. So there are things that I would do, but this weekend is not a go out into town weekend. It's madness out there. So I need something that I can do at home. So I have 2 options, one of which is to play around and just like play with my new art supplies. So I just finished filming my massive Japanese art supply haul video, which you would have already seen because that would come out before this. So I've not used any of those supplies yet. I've not even opened a lot of them. A lot of them I opened in the video. And like this is the stack of books from that haul. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely go back and check that out. But I haven't played with any of those art supplies, so I might just like give myself some time and paper and play around and just like make nothing. Just swatch and scribble and just have fun. That kind of sounds really soothing to me. So reading what she advises in the book for the artist date, it should be something that like fills you up. And honestly, like just playing with art supplies without a project in mind, that sounds pretty great. That's not something I often let myself do. So that's option 1. The other option, and she also points out that it's not something that you should do. It's something you want to do. And I went back and forth a little bit on this one as to whether or not it counts, but you know what? If we focus on the things I want to do, but don't give myself time and permission to do, if that's how we look at the artist date, then there's a tutorial on Domestika that I desperately have wanted to do for a very long time, and I never make the time or space in my day to do it. And honestly, like for a lot of people, tutorials are not fun and relaxing. It's more of a like, learning, I must get better at this thing. For me, it's the opposite. It's just so much fun. It's playing around, and it's also low pressure because it's a pre-recorded video. No one is there in the class with me. I'm just playing and following along, and it puts me in more of a practice and play mentality. Tutorials really make my little heart happy, but I don't let myself do them enough. But that's where we're at right now. We've done our morning pages, done at least 1. The second assignment will be the artist date. That was one of the assignments for the week. I think you get a little freebie for this week. So we're gonna check those 2 boxes off today. And right now, though, I need to clean up this room. So, like I said, I just filmed the art supply haul. So before I can do anything, we need to clean. So let's do a quick little cleaning montage, and then we'll do whatever I'm doing for my artist date. Yeah, this is our hot mess. This is what we're starting with. We destroyed my office just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. All right, so this is the end of week 1 for the Artist's Way. I just finished up my little artist date. I decided to play around with some of my new supplies, some old supplies, and I don't know, just like smish some colors on the page. I also bought myself some flowers, so I felt like that went along with the artist date. I still was not as like loose and unrestricted as I would like to be when I'm just playing around in my sketchbook. I really need to work on that. That's one of the things that I'm hoping doing this 12-week program will do, is like get me to loosen up and explore new styles and like not be so controlled and such a perfectionist about things. So we'll see how that goes. We're only 1 week in, so like moderating those expectations. But I'm really happy that I did the morning pages, I did the assignments, I did my artist date, even though I had to like modify that a little bit with the cat related drama that happened yesterday. So I'm looking forward to week 2. Next week I'll actually be traveling a little bit for work. I'll be in DC. So I'm planning on doing my artist date at one of the museums in DC. I think that will be super fun and inspirational, filling your cup type of thing that we're supposed to get out of this, I think, theoretically. We'll see what I decide to do next week. And then sticking to the morning pages might be a little bit tricky while I'm traveling because it's always hard to like stick to your schedule. But I'm going to make it a priority. I'm going to make the artist date a priority. And I definitely think planning it earlier in the week will be a good idea. So, oh, the sun is going to do a thing. That's lovely. All right. So with that, it was a pretty decent end to a little bit of a rocky week 1 of the Artist's Way. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a really great week wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next one. Is I will definitely try to remember to let you know how action in a bit. The good news is that I did do my artist dates. No. Let's try that again.